Happy Friday, YouTube. Well, I hope you guys' week is amazing and productive. For me, it has been. It's been extremely busy. But this week, I'm working with my new virtual agents where I'm personally helping them on an individual basis. But also I was working with one of our new call center partners. And this group, they're out of South Florida and they're currently doing health insurance, and they've done very well doing health insurance, but they want to change because it's been getting harder and harder to do business selling health insurance. And we were able to hash out a deal, something we've been working on with this particular group for over a year now. And finally, we were able to make a deal. But for us, the final piece of the puzzle was the leads for this group. Over a year ago when we started, our lead generation process wasn't insured because we were still going through the process of looking into doing it. And these particular guys just didn't want to do anything because they were so scared of the leads. And they should be. When we buy leads and as insurance agents, we are responsible. Yes, the lead vendor, they're responsible, but right off the top, the government comes to us as the agent to explain why you violated the DNC or a TCPA requirement. But, as I understood my new partner's concerns, I shared with him some of my own concerns because I'm also an agent myself. And what I told to him is that besides being concerned over DNC or TCPA, what about all those agencies out there that are doing some form of opt-in or telemarketing, and they're violating insurance licensing rules? And I shared with him an example that just happened, in fact, a couple days ago. This marketing group overseas called me up, and they told me that they had a $25 to $30 double verified final expense transfer. And I thought that was interesting. So I asked more about this double verified transfer. So what they said was there was no objections on the transfer, which I thought was great. And second of all, they said that they had health question knockouts. For example, Miss Betty, do you have heart problems? Do you have kidney problems? And they were doing that as some form of a verification prior to transferring it to that licensed agent in the States. Another group told me that they were actually doing the full underwriting themselves overseas. And when they would get to the close, they would go ahead and just send it to the licensed agent in the States. When I hear this stuff, it really shook me up because I said to myself, these are violations that for some of these marketing groups overseas that are making under the guidance of agents that are lazy and are looking for laydowns, and they're paying to do this. So I understand. But that's why it's so important that if you're buying leads, that the lead vendor that you're working with, one, has a hold harmless agreement that stipulates that in the event that company makes a mistake or for whatever reason they violate the rules out of a mistake or for whatever reason, there's an insurance in place to indemnify each one of those clients that buy leads. That should be number one. Just like a construction worker has to have a license and an insurance to go and work on your house, so does a marketing company. They should have an insurance in place that basically covers their whole lead generation. And most, I would say 99% of those marketing companies, I hate to say it, but they don't have anything in that nature. I would say that X Telecom is the only company that has gone out of their way to hire lawyers and search for the carrier that would insure our process. And we did that to protect our clients. So if you own a call center, you run an agency, and you would love to, grow your business by having more leads, consider X Telecom for your leads. They are 100% TCPA, DNC, and compliant. The process will not violate any type of insurance rules, which will obviously save you any type of fines. The replacement policy is based on one objection max. If a client presents one objection prior to the transfer, that's okay. If it's more than one, it's an automatic replacement. But more importantly, our lead generation process was generated by guys like myself that have been selling final expense successfully for years. Everybody else that generates leads, let me tell you something. They've never sold face-to-face. They've never sold over the phone, and have never done it successfully. I humbly can tell you I've done that. And that's the advantage that it gives us when it comes to lead generation. We know what an agent wants because we're agents, high-performing agents. So if you need a good lead that's not going to get you in trouble, call X Telecom. If you're unsure if your current lead vendor got everything covered, ask them for a hold harmless. Ask them to see proof of their liability insurance. And if they can't, then that's a big red flag, and you're putting your business at risk. Because I'll tell you something, when the government comes with their fines, they got a lot more money than you do to fight you. They got a lot more money. But if you got an insurance policy that's going to protect you, now you level the playing field. So if we can help you, please give me a call. I will be in the Houston area next month on the week of the 22nd, visiting some of our partnerships. And if you're in the area, I'd love to sit down and break bread with you and talk about how we can, transition your agency to X Telecom leads. So guys, you enjoy your weekend, and see you guys at the top. Peace.